Hi. So in the last video we discussed about the model building.py file. Everything was very clearly explained there, how the data is coming and how the train test split is happening, and now how the model is getting, how the each and every algorithm is predicting some kind of accuracy, F1 score, recall score and precision, and then how entire data from this file is being shared to this file. Okay. So over here we are doing this import, model building, import logistic, D-tree, random forest, SVC and KNN. Right. So in the last video we said that we will be discussing how to build this index.html, that is the template file. So this is very simple. Anyone can simply make a website within 10 to 15 minutes using a very popular framework known as Bootstrap. If you are very comfortable, if you are an expertise in Bootstrap, then it hardly takes 1 hour to build a very amazing, cool, responsive websites. So in this video I'll tell you the tricks and tweaks which you can make in order to make very responsive, quick templates. Fine. So first things first, what you need to do is you have to make sure that as you're using the Flask framework, you have to make sure that your templates are under the templates folder. This templates folder is very important in case of Flask framework, because Flask has a function known as render template. So this render template, it automatically looks into the present directory where you are present, and the definition of this render template function is over here. You can see template name or list text, iterable text. That means it is inside the templates folder. You have to mention all your templates, otherwise this will show an error. Okay, it's against the rule of Flask. So inside the templates we create an HTML file, that is nothing but this index.html file. Now for order to understand things more clearly, how to use Bootstrap, I'm gonna just make a dummy file so that it's easy to understand the things of how practically Bootstrap can be implemented. Fine. So this dummy file I made inside the templates, I'll move out of it. Right. So over here what I will do is I'll just change my mode from Django to HTML, and then I'll be simply doing the following things. Just follow according to me. Just go to docs, copy the starter template, come here, paste it over here, Ctrl S to save, and hit on go live. So go live is nothing but the live server. So in order to get the live server in Visual Studio, it's an extension. So just type in live server here. You will get the option for it, live server. You'll get the option for live server over here. Just go to here and just install this. It's already installed in my case, so I'm just skipping it. So yeah, you can do it in that way. So now in this dummy.html I copied the file. I just copied the Bootstrap file and I was ready, and then I hit on go live. So once I hit on go live, so this will copy this will render me this dummy.html on my web, okay, on the browser. So now what I need is I need some kind of alerts. So if I need some kind of alerts, I'll go to Bootstrap, I'll type in alerts. Once I type in alerts, I'll get to this page. You can see there are heap lot of alerts which you can use. Let's say that I want to use this because this is looking good. So I'll copy it, I'll come here. Now under the body function, I'll press Ctrl S. It will auto format the HTML code. I'll write, I can do in this way in order to make it readable. Okay, I'm pressing Alt plus Z key so that it's easy to understand things. So now I have made an alert. Now let me just see how my alert looks like. So it's looking in this way. Now what if I want to centerize this thing and I want to give some kind of margin on the top? So there's one function known as, there's one class in Bootstrap known as container. So this container class, what it does is it centralizes my things. Okay, so how does it do it is as shown here. As you can see, it just stripped off this white space for me, and then I have centered my alert. Now what if I want to give the margin from top? So I'll just type m by 4. If I type in m by 4, it will give a margin from top, 4 units margin from top. Isn't it amazing? Like within fraction of seconds we are ready with our alerts, and then we want something like this to come, right? So how will this come? So basically there's something known as grid system in Bootstrap. Okay, so if you look at the grid system in Bootstrap, you are having this. So if you want one row and 3 column thing, then you can use this code. So like this is one row and these are the 3 columns. So class is equals to row, and in order to centerize things, you can see these white spaces which are stripped. How are these white spaces stripped? With this, because of the class named as container. As we can see over here also, the white spaces are stripped from here. So that is the magic of this container class. And row class is this one, and in a row you want 3 columns. So div is equals to call, div is equals to call, div is equals to call. As simple as that. You can just read through this documentation. It's very simple to understand. Bootstrap is a really awesome framework for front end, and it just takes hardly 10 to 15 minutes to just copy paste it and just organize things, right? So over here, if you want 1 of 2 or 2 of 2, you can use this, or if you want 1 of 3, 2 of 3 or 3 of 3, you can use it in a combination. And then if you want some kind of variations in it, you can use these variations. If you want variable size length widgets, you can use this, and all of them you can just explore it. It's very simple. So there are several things like MD. So what does this MD mean? MD is nothing but medium, SM is nothing but small, and LG is nothing but large, as the name suggests. First character, last character, first character, last character, like that only. Okay, so call is equals to 6 means it is taking 6 blocks of space. Call MD4 means it is taking 4 blocks of space. Okay, 4 medium sized block of space. Call 6 means it is taking 6 unit size of spaces. And call LG4 means it is taking 4 large blocks of spaces, right? So you have to be very careful in this, and this comes automatically by practice. You can use any of them from here. Okay, so this grid system is very important in Bootstrap. If you master this grid system, you can design websites within hours. Like within 1 hour you can design a very amazing website. Okay, so that was all about the dummy file, and let's move into our index file. So whatever the contents I have kept in the index file, right? So as you can see, I have maintained the container and then a row, right? The row, you know how for what I made this container, to get this stripped off, and then I made a row class, and inside that row class I want column class, right? So inside that row I want column. So what is this? Row is equals to call, row is equals to call. So what kind of grid system are we following? We are following this kind of grid system. See over here, we are following 1 of 2 and 2 of 2 grid system. 1 of 2, 2 of 2, right? So this is all about 1 of 2. So in the 1 of 2, I have displayed this whole big text, right? Whole big text I have displayed. So that whole big text is this alert only. That is the whole big text which is there. So in order to display the information, I have used it, and then that is the end of that whole 1 of 2. Now in 2 of 2, if you observe, there is one catch. There is one form over here, and there is some kind of information which I mentioned at the bottom. So this is again some kind of division is happening within. So let's say where the division is happening, right? So over here we are having this div class is equals to row thing, or div class is equals to call. Okay, and if display, that is the case, right? So over here this is one call and this is one call. Okay, so there are 2 columns which are participating into it. So that was the reason why these 2 columns were made. This is one call is equals to 1, and this is call is equals to 2. Fine. So let's directly jump into the forms. So over here, form is very important, and make sure that you give the name parameter without forgetting it, because name parameters is the thing from where the actually the post request will get the data from. Okay, without name you cannot access the data from this form. Okay, so what is this? This is the selecting the feature for exploratory data analysis. So I'll be discussing about EDA when I will be talking about the post function which is defined under that root. Okay, it will come soon, but over here first you just understand the workflow of the form. So over here this is the select box, which looks something like this, right? This select box, five options are there, 5 options I have mentioned here. So this is one part, and in the second part, this is all about the selection thing. That is not a form, this is a form now. So over here the first thing is select the buying mode. So if you look at the buying mode, we are having 4 options, and over here also we are having 4 options. So everything is a select box over here. So just what you need to do is you need to drag this. A simple method is you need to drag this, do Control D and come here and press Control/. It will comment out. You type some name, you type some comment here, and then you adjust the values of the form according to the feature. As simple as that. As simple as that. Okay. So within fraction of seconds it will be created. So similarly you do it for everything. So after doing all the parts of this template, the template will look something like this. Now the catch or the very important part is this. Just a second, just show you. Yeah, if display. Now this is known as a Jinja syntax in Flask. Basically you can as I said in the post request, you can send the data from the form to the server, right? But in Flask you can send data from the server to the template as well. So that is done using the Jinja syntax. So that Jinja syntax is this. Okay, so that Jinja syntax is this. Make sure that you are activated the Django HTML language mode. If this is not present, you can go to here and just type in Django HTML live extension, Django HTML. It will already by default be installed, but if it's not, then you can just click on Django and then you can install this. Beautiful syntax and scoped. This I already have, so you can install it, right? So you can do this. So if display, that means if this display value is true, from where this display value is coming? This display value is coming from this main.py. I'll discuss about this later. So if the display is true, then you display me. This is a chart. Basically this is known as this is a chart. Okay, number of subscribers, domain wise, this is a chart. Now which kind of chart is this? This is this chart. Just if I hit predict, this is this chart. So this chart which we are seeing, this chart is getting rendered in this diff. Okay, so from where the chart is getting the data? The chart is getting the data from this blog JavaScript. We'll discuss about this later. And then we are having this show template. What is this show template? This show template is this, right? So this show template is coming from where? This show template is again coming from the Flask server. This display is coming from Flask server, show template is coming from Flask server, predicted class, accuracy, everything is coming from the Flask server. So in the next video, we'll look at the server code, which is nothing but the def hello world function, which is the core functioning of this entire project.